Today I'm going to talk about leadership. This is most common topic but very important topic. First, let's see what is leadership. Leadership is the ability of a person to persuade others towards a defined objective or goals. Now let's see what are the qualities of a good leader. The first and the most important quality of a good leader is courage. A leader has to have courage to solve any worst conditions in his life. He should be able to face any worst conditions with courage. Next is role model. A good leader has to be a good follower. He should be able to give works and rules, regulation, everything to his subordinates, and he should also follow all those things so that he can lead his team and become the best role model. The next one is self-control. A leader should have self-control. He should be able to control his sentiments and emotions. Only then he becomes a good leader. Next is he should be a best decision maker. A good leader should be able to analyze the environment and make the best decisions at the right time. And next is fairness and justice. A good leader should be unbiased. He should do all his dealings in a fair and just manner. Only then he can be called as a good leader. Next quality which a good leader should possess is sacrifice. A leader should be willing to sacrifice for the benefits of his subordinates. That will improve their motivation level and confidence about the leadership. Next is troubleshooter. A good leader should be able to identify the problems or troubles and sort it down at the right time. Next is charisma. Charisma is the ability of a person to influence others, inspire others. So a good leader should possess immense amount of charisma. Next is teamwork. A good leader understands that he can achieve the objective only through teamwork. So he should encourage and motivate teamwork within an organization as well as outside. Next and the last and most important thing is responsibility. Many of the employees or many people do not take key positions in an organization mainly because they don't want to take responsibility or be accountable to whatever they do. So many people do not accept those responsibilities. But being a good leader, he will accept the responsibility and be accountable to whatever he does in an organization. Next, let's see the difference between a leader and a manager based on certain factors. Coming to the first factor, origin. A person becomes a manager by virtue of the position he holds in the organization. But a leader is one who possesses that personal quality of leadership. Even though he is a manager, he may not be a good leader because he doesn't have a leadership quality within him. Next is rights. A manager always has some formal rights in the organization due to the position he is holding. But a leader may not have any formal rights in an organization. Next is followers. The subordinates of a manager are his followers, while the people whom a leader leads are his followers. Next is functions. A manager performs all the 5 functions of management like planning, organizing, staffing, coordinating and controlling. But leader does the function of inspiring and persuading members or staff members towards the objective. Next is stability. A manager is more stable in an organizational environment while a leader is on the temporary basis. Next is accountability. A manager is accountable to all the activities of himself as well as the performance of the subordinates. But a leader does not have any prescribed accountability or responsibility mentioned. Next is concern. A manager is concerned about attaining the organizational goals, while a leader is more concerned about attaining the individual and group goals as well as satisfaction of the members in the group. Next, we'll see the types of leadership. There are 7 types of leadership, namely autocratic, bureaucratic, charismatic, democratic, laissez-faire, relationship-oriented, and task-oriented leadership. Let's see one by one. The first type of leadership is autocratic leadership. An autocratic leader exerts large amount of power and control over his subordinates. He does not allow them to take part in decision making and does not allow them to give suggestions or opinions. The next type of leadership is bureaucratic leadership. A bureaucratic leader ensures that all the members follow the rules and regulations and the procedure of the organization strictly. This type of organization or leadership is essential in an organization which has job which is riskier in nature as well as which involves large amount of money, like in banks. The third type of leadership is charismatic leadership. A charismatic leader offers large amount of enthusiasm to his teammates. He leads his team towards success with a lot of energy. He actually believes in himself than the teammates. So he creates a risk factor there. That means in his absence, the entire organization or the entire team may collapse. That is the risk factor with this charismatic leadership. The next type of leadership is democratic leadership style. A democratic leader always allows the teammates to take part in decision making as well as allows them to share their feelings, emotions, and opinions whenever required. This may encourage their job satisfaction and motivation level. The next type of leadership is laissez-faire or free rein leadership. Laissez-faire is a French term which means let them do. This type of leader allows or gives full freedom to the teammates to take part in decision making or do their work individually. He does not interfere with their work. So this type of leadership is very apt in an organization which involves people who are very skilled as well as who are experienced. The next type of leadership is relationship-oriented leadership. This type of leader always gives importance to organizing, supporting, and developing the teammates. So this type of leadership always encourages teamwork as well as collaborative working. The last type of leadership is task-oriented leadership. The task-oriented leader always ensures that people complete the work in the right time in the right manner. He allots the work to the employees and sets certain rules and regulations and see to it that they complete it in the right manner. With this, we have come to the end of this topic. Thank you. Have a great day.